What up? LOTG, back at it again. Um, it's getting late. I gotta make this one quick. I gotta wake up early tomorrow to get a little run in with my friend. But yeah, I just had a pretty yeah, it was an okay climbing sesh with my boy Ethan. Shout out Anthony Man if you want to check out his YouTube channel, Anthony Man. But yeah, I had a pretty good climbing sesh. I go bouldering sometimes, get really big forearms. You know what I'm saying? I had a pretty fat New York strip tonight. I guess I got a like couple little stories for you. Classic. Story one, steak related. I put the steak, because it was raining all day. I didn't want to open up the grill. But oh, does a grill on the steak, or does a steak on the grill just like so much game change, so much better than on the stovetop. I made it. I tried to like really sear it, so I turned it up really high, and it just like smoke everywhere. Of course, like four fire alarms in the house go off, or four like smoke detectors. I was like, bruh, like come on. Um, but the steak was done. It wasn't really that good, to be honest, but I feel better. Um, it's always tough when I go climbing, get home at 8, and then I'm just starving. I gotta make dinner. It's just like actual. I feel like just adult problems. like, but anyways, another little sidebar. I've kind of become a victim to coffee. If you want to see it as a victimless crime, I don't know. But like, yeah, I've kind of become a victim to it for sure. So a little story for you guys. This is like the cheat code. If you're trying to lock in for the day, this is what you got to do. Okay. I woke up with, to going around with a friend this morning. And I don't think it has to be with a person per se, but it's all I like going on rounds with people because I can like chat, and sometimes it's nice to like work through some thoughts, but honestly, it's pretty nice to work through some thoughts with other people too. And I I went and I did a lap in the park. It was about like 3 miles, and then she's like, "Oh, we should go to this coffee place." I'm like, "Okay." So we ran over there, and I just got like, I'm pretty like basic, so I just got like straight black coffee, and you can really tell if the coffee shop's good based on the straight black. And oh my gosh, there was this place bussin', and I got a lot of like studying to do and stuff related to my job, and I was like, oh, another day of studying, and I pound half a cup of that after a run, and two, like after fasting, I guess through sleep, if you count that. Like I didn't eat breakfast before I ran or anything. Holy, that hour. I think I got back at like 7:30 to my house. I just worked from home today, and 7:30 to 8:30, I was just like brrr, I was so locked in. Like it was crazy. So now I'm like, do I do it again tomorrow? Like I kind of want to, but the coffee was so good. Shout out that coffee shop. I'm not gonna list because it's kind of close to my house, but if you want the details, let me know. I'll maybe give them to you, depending on who you are. But yeah. Oh, I forgot about this guy. Yeah, remember this from last week? We gotta bring it back. I don't actually know, like, for the title of this, mirages. Like, what am I supposed to write? Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I don't. In the future, I'll probably have these like pre-drawn, but honestly, like, I'm kind of a designer, so maybe not. But this week, mirages. I don't. I guess that was kind of my updates. I haven't been. My life's pretty boring right now. I'm gonna be honest. Like I don't have a ton going on. Um, but maybe that's just everyone. You're not a. Oh my god, this thing is crazy. I swear I'm pumped from climbing. I'm not actually weak. I promise. So mirages, I guess with these, since it's mine, I'm just gonna do the first thing that comes to mind because like it's my channel. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I don't know how this is gonna look, but does that even look like it? Oh, that's not a cactus at all. Here we go. Spiky dude on it. Why does it look like a penis? It actually just looks like a penis. That is terrible, bro. That is so bad. You guys are gonna see my drawing skills and it's not good. And then like, well, imagine like I feel like it's kind of like you imagine like a road, like, and then at the end there's like, whoa, kind of like looks like water, sort of. H2O, baby. Um, we'll do the molecular structure for water too. There you go. This week's. Oh my god, this is so bad. So bad in so many ways. Yup, yup. It's terrible. So this is my cactus. Totally not a penis at all. That's legit. Molecular structure for water. This is actually the water. Like this, I think you guys can understand. You remember, when you look down the road and then you're like, is that water? And then it's just like some weird trick that your mind plays on you and it's actually not. That's what it is. Hope you enjoyed that. That was like really disgusting. Dude, I feel like by the end of this, I'm going to be Pablo Picasso though, for real. But mirages. Okay. So this one goes out to my boy Marlon Funaki. He has a song called Mirage. I don't even know I don't really pay attention to the lyrics. He just has a really good like guitar in that song that I really like. He's kind of a big indie guy, but when I think of Mirage, it's kind of like at least the context I'm talking about it in is the context of excuse me, kind of being someone that you're not, but in like a positive way, if that makes sense. So I'm very much so not a fan of like facades and just being fake. Like I hate that. And I think some people are like quite honestly too dumb to spot it. But I would say for the average person, like they can spot a facade from a long ways away, and they're not gonna like you for that, like. And I'm a big believer of that. Like I just I don't care like who you are, where you came from, where you're going. Just be straight up with me, man. Like you don't have to put on this front. But that's kind of besides the point. Mirage gets at this idea of being someone you're not, but in the context of something that like you're struggling to fit into. So I think the job is like the best example. So my my buddy actually just got a new job, and he's talking to me, telling me that it's like, super hard, and like he doesn't know like how to like fit that job description because there's so much responsibility, right? And I had this a lot as a grad student. I think I still kind of do a little bit, but it's especially bad when you like really like you're not just jumping up like one little position, like it's like whoa, like you're going way up. And you're like, can I do this? Am I actually capable of this? And like a lot of it honestly comes at this idea of just the mirage where like you really have to believe in yourself so much that you just have to walk in every day and recognize that the title you have is the title that you should try to be, right? And almost to the point where you're seeing mirages and you're kind of distorting yourself a little bit, right? Like you're like I remember how would I cope with it? Like as a grad student, I'd walk in like the first couple of weeks. I remember in like the first semester, in the first year, and even now on tough days, like you walk in there and you're like, no, like I'm a scientist, you know? Even if the days are like when you don't feel like it and you feel like there has to be some special thing for you to be a scientist or for you to be this job or this or that. There isn't any special, like, you're not, it's just weird because when you get there, you're not going to feel like some special way, right? Like, no one's going to tell you, like, you're a scientist, right? Like, no one's going to be like, oh, yeah, you're doing your job right. You know, it's like, you just, you trick yourself into this so much, this mirage, that the mirage actually becomes reality. Like when people starve in the desert, right? They'll start like seeing mirages of like water and food, and they're like, and then they get to it and there's just nothing there, right? It's just a figment of their imagination. But how I see that in this context is that you you sort of imagine it so much and you trick yourself so much into like borderline craziness, but you eventually you fake it so much. Like it is truly a fake it till you make it type of thing. Like where you fake it so much that eventually it just becomes reality, right? And that food that you're like, oh, you're like munching on then in the desert that's not there. Suddenly like you open your eyes and there actually is a banana and you're eating the banana. You know, like and you're eating whatever you want. You're eating Oreos. You're eating you found water in the desert somehow. I don't know how. Maybe you cracked open a cacti or something. Like I, like that. That's kind of what I'm getting at, and I think you can look at this in a lot of ways. Like people that when you really want to achieve a goal that you don't even think you can achieve, right? Like, but you're on the path to it. Recognize that okay, like I'm not a professor today, right? But if I get to that point, right, when I first day as a professor, do you imagine how much like fears you probably have of like, am I really a professor right now? Like you got to walk into that job being like, I'm a professor. And that doesn't mean you have to act a certain way, right? But like you're like, I know how to think. I know what I'm doing. Even though you don't, right? You have no idea. It's your first day as a professor. How are you going to know how to act? It's like you don't really know, right? But like you pretend so much that eventually it just becomes reality. And it I think it goes hand in hand with like what is it called? It's a very like a term that a lot of like not like oh, you guys know what I'm talking about. I just can't think of what it is. It's like a very like catchy like term these days that a lot of like I can't think of it. Like you say it so much that you speak it into existence essentially. Like oh, manifestation. Yeah, we're just gonna manifest it, like I don't know if it's I mean, I guess you could say it's that. But it's a little bit I don't know. I see it a little bit different. Like it's almost a distortion of reality in like an optimistic way though, right? Where it's like you actually have no idea what you're doing, but why keep telling yourself you have no idea what you're doing? Like that's not going to help you at all, right? Like say you've never done something before and suddenly tomorrow you want to do it. Why not tell yourself you've done it 100 times? Like what is the negative of that? Instantly you become more relaxed, you become more sure of yourself, you become more confident, and you're not really like scared to fail as much because I mean deep down we know it's your first time doing it, right? But if you go into this mindset, think about something you've done repetitively for a long time. Say you're like a really good dancer and you like go and dance every week. Like the dude that goes every week dancing, when he goes on the dance floor, like he's not thinking about anything. He's like, oh, another day. But if you're going out dancing your first time, you're probably thinking about it a little bit, right? You're like, oh, what do these people around me think of me? Like, am I gonna be any good? But imagine now you take both of those, right? You take the guy's mindset that's gone 100 times, and then you put that mindset into the person who's done it once and he's like gonna go do it. You're gonna, I mean, it's gonna be end up being this hybrid, right? Where maybe you care a little bit, but you probably care a lot less about how you perform because it's like, you have this mindset of like, yeah, I've done this. I had this other idea on Life of the Germ that I don't think it's gonna make the cut for like a full episode, but the title is gonna be like, I heard this quote, I think, one day and I really liked it. It was like, walk into any room in the world like it's a room in your house. Cause you know how you like walk in your living room? Like a house you've lived in for many years. Like you're just like, you're so chill, you're not even thinking about it. You're like, oh hey. And same goes for like people that come in the room, right? Then they're coming into your living room. You're like, hey, what's up, man? It's like, cause they're coming into your space, right? And it's like, it's the same concept. Like these you set yourself up for these mirages and it can really provide a lot of just clarity and just really lower your stress altogether. So that's what I'd say. Life of the Germ, mirages. Hope you enjoyed. My cactus drawing. Again, here it is. I didn't take my own advice, but now I will. That cactus, man. I bet if I draw another cactus, it'd probably be better. Maybe. I'm trying to like think about how to draw it. It's cause the things are down, bro. Why did I draw them down? Here we go. Okay, I'm applying the mindset. The mirage mindset. This is like this isn't scripted. I swear. None of these episodes are scripted. I just said I wanted to be as genuine as possible. Like, that's actually what I try to do on here. Like, I try to just act a fool. Like, because ultimately, like, anyone can do this. Like, I think it's often mistaken. Like, it takes some special person. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it can really be anyone. Like that more so. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh my god. Hello? Hello? How did I get my voice that high? A or B? I mean, come on. Come on. It's Life of the Germ for you, folks. An artist at work. Mirages at work. It works. Living proof. Hope you guys enjoyed.